While my bike's fork and shock were being serviced in Oregon, I was able to obtain a 2019 Specialized Stumpjumper Comp Alloy 29. This is the first time I was able to ride a bike over a few weeks and really get to know it. It has a modern geometry with a steep seat angle and slack head angle, 150 millimeters of travel, and a 12-speed Eagle drivetrain. With all of this equipment, would I climb and descend better? Continue watching to see if this will be my next bike. Just to let everyone know, I am not a professional mountain biker or mountain bike reviewer. These are just the opinions of a middle-aged mountain biker with an intermediate to advanced skill set. The aluminum Stumpy in its moderate component kit is priced at $33.20. It includes the SRAM NX Eagle 12-speed drivetrain and Guide R 4-piston caliper brakes. The rotors are 200 in front and 180 in back. The bottom bracket is actually threaded, which is nice to see on a new bike like this. The fork is a Fox 34 for OEM bikes and has 150 millimeters of travel, and the shock is a Fox Float DPS. The cockpit is pretty much all Specialized branded components, however the seat post is an X-Fusion Manic dropper. A nice feature of this dropper is the infinite settings. This medium-sized bike seemed light, which made it feel like a good climber. With a steep seat tube angle of 74.5 degrees and a medium chainstay length of 437 millimeters, made it pretty stable when heading up a hill. At first, the front end didn't seem like it was easy to lift, but I think it was just me not used to the geometry. Once I put some power into the technical climbs, I had no problems getting over the rocks. I had no issues getting the bike through switchbacks, and it wasn't difficult getting used to the 2.6 wide tires. The 150 millimeter travel felt good and I didn't feel disconnected from the trail. The slack head angle of 66.5 made me feel confident going over rocks and taking on the droppers. Going fast on the flowy sections of the trail felt very stable. The wheelbase of this bike is 1171, which is longer than my current bike. It helps with the stability, but it made it tough on tight switchbacks where I found myself having to dismount or put a foot down. The wide tires work best on downhills and made turning pretty smooth. I was really impressed with the SRAM drivetrain coming from my Shimano 2x10. I have ridden a couple Shimano 1x11 speeds and it felt clunky, but even the lower priced Eagle NX had no issues changing gears under stress, and climbing in the gears seemed so much easier. I broke many personal records on the climbs and descents on the BCT trails. I am also impressed with the price for the quality of components that come at this lower tier level. What I didn't like was the fork and shock options. If I wanted an upgraded suspension system from RockShox, it drives the price to the $5,000 range. The SRAM guide brakes are competent, but I still prefer my Shimano Saints. I also hate to be picky, but I didn't like the shape of the frame. The support bar next to the shock makes the frame appear off balance, and the color options for this setup are a little boring. Overall, the bike was comfortable and performed well for my riding style. However, the bike itself just didn't excite me. I'm still going to put the Stumpy on my short list, and it will be good to compare with other bikes as I continue my search.